through it and I'll blow up the move, the pennies up.
Yeah, I
Here,
might get confused on from day to
okay.
day on that.
Well, I can tell you that
There's two
here in
days
the,
on.
I'm live
Yeah.
right now, so let me introduce the tape. We have MMT Leo who was trading as a market maker and he's assigned to Amazon.com, period. And that when we look back of the long days and the short days of the intraday, he was doing smaller intraday moves in there, but he was getting some of the greater moves up and some of the greater moves down. And I'm going to ask him on the 23rd down here, were you involved in this trade?
Yes, I was.
And where was the entry at?
Well, it was right down there. I actually believe I caught that wick, but
Okay.
I tried, I think, 4 different times to fight for that entry. I put limit orders out, and the action would take out my stop, which I put about 10 pennies below my limit order.
Okay.
And but I just kept at it, and I think it was on the third or fourth try that I caught that low there.
And we're talking about this right here.
That
Yeah.
yes, that's
Yes,
correct.
that's
Mhm.
right. Because as
Right.
you were getting stopped, it was making the low, but as soon as you popped up this way, what was your decision process to get back in and go long? Meaning
Oh,
that you,
I was long there, no doubt about it,
okay,
because I had my limit order set much lower,
right?
and as soon as it turned around and started up, I placed a simultaneous $240 call.
Okay.
Oh,
So you bought a $240 call that was wholesale down here at the bottom,
Exactly. Hmm.
okay, and buying the equity at the same time, right?
Right.
Okay, so you bought the call, which gave you a positive debit at the wholesale price. Now you're
Right.
owning the equity intraday. As it was going up here in the 3, 6, 9, 12, there's the 15-minute peak. What happened in this area?
Well, I was just I saw the chart there, but I just stayed with it.
Okay, so when it
And
came back here, let me ask you a direct question. You dropped one teeny, two teeny, three teenies, and then on the next 3 minutes simultaneously you come back and test this half bar. Was it the half of these 9 bar? You can come down and test them, but if you hold them you have to have an immediate bid pop, and that's what happened to you. That diamond pop, meaning that it came right back
right, you notice
immediately.
on the ascending green bars that the diamonds are all at the top.
They're all at the
And
top.
right, and I didn't move my stop up very much. I moved it up a bit, but I didn't follow it too tight.
Okay,
And then so when it pulled back, I said, well, I'll just stay with this,
that's right.
and I rode it up again, and then that's where I got out right up there.
Right up
Uh,
here, because you finally got to a bid pop, because on every pullback your diamonds were at the high of the bar, meaning that that big wick up meant there was a lot of strength in there. Then you pop that diamond, and that diamond, you finally get up here. But when you pop that diamond on one print, you're selling out up here the call, and you're selling out the equity, right?
Yeah, exactly. When they've got that very long green bar, I expected a pullback, and I brought
Okay.
my stop up.
Well, can I ask you about the relationship to that diamond to the breakout diamond? That's a diamond reversal there at the top. That's double diamond support level across here. And you can see that the diamonds go straight across there, and then kaboom, down you go again. Another one, two, three teenies at 61 cents, $1.80 in Amazon during
Yeah,
that. So did
I
you
should
ever
have
get
gotten.
back in?
Actually, I should have gotten short there. I was trying to get out of my calls at that time.
Well,
I
you were
was a little
selling the
distracted.
calls at this diamond area
Yeah, that's where I
before the
started.
big
Yeah,
break happened.
yep,
You were selling out up at the high. You knew you had
right.
to get out, and you've been learning that in the option market maker pit.
Yeah,
And
I'm a little clumsy at that yet, I have to admit, and I wasn't quite getting the
it's
execution.
okay. You'll learn that you got to contract the bid and ask to get someone to buy it during the uptick on the option. So you
Yeah,
get someone to buy it as it's going up. When they start to go down, they don't have any reason to pay up the spread to you.
right,
During the breakout spread, they have all the reason in the world to.
right. Yeah,
Okay?
that's what I have to do next.
So let me, well, and that, look at, you're getting long the equity. So we get up here. Now, was there anything on this trend over here on this date, right up here at this high of 224? or 221, or wait a minute, it was 224 was the
222.
high.
20,
222.
yeah,
Okay, so
222. I did a similar trade on Amazon.
on the 22nd or the
The
23rd?
22nd as well as the 23rd.
Okay, but did you do this one on the 23rd?
Yeah, oh yeah, I caught that on the way down.
Okay. Tell me where you got into short at and what the diamonds were doing. And what was the principle of your entry and what was the decision process? How did you get to short down and where did you get in at?
Yeah, I believe I waited just about for that 10-20 crossover just to the right of the
Right
cursor.
over here?
Right, yeah,
Okay, you know that that's a lagging indicator and your first decision process should be being made up here with the lower half bar reversals, right?
yeah, yeah, that's the way I've been taught.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Right. So
okay.
you got in here?
Yes,
Okay, so you knew that you had a teeny triple top and you were descending.
right.
And did you get in breaking the half bars where you got in the entry?
Yes, right in there.
So you broke the half bar
Right.
and you started making the transaction. It went your favor.
Right. The diamonds
and it
were all at
pops
the
up.
bottom. Hmm.
The diamonds were all at the bottoms. And the half, what you could never get above the half price here.
Right.
So they were weak and continued to make weaker diamonds.
That's right. Yeah,
So
felt
where
really
did you get out at?
Actually, I rode that. I think right down to right there.
Okay.
Yep. And
then you had a volatility pop. Did you start covering and taking profit here?
yeah, I believe I put my stop in there because of these
Right.
long wicks at the bottom.
Yeah.
It wanted to pull back up. I thought, okay,
Right.
it looks like it might reverse. I put a stop in there and I got wicked out on my stop.
But you got from here to here. Were you buying the
Right.
240 put at the same time?
No, I didn't.
Or the 245 put?
No,
I'm not
I
talking
was
about the
only
240.
firing on a couple of cylinders.
Okay. But you were getting the short trade when you pop up in these wicks.
Right.
And you start to come back below the previous half bars, you can know that that's going to be another potential round of weakness
Right.
because you went from here all the way to the low. Anything
Right.
happen in here with you?
Yeah. Well, I think I hesitated on that last leg there, but then
you did.
Yeah, but then I started to fight for the bottom again.
So you started wanting to get net long on the other side of the short debit. Your
Right.
mind changed
Right.
to how that bottom is going to
Exactly. After
Okay, so how did
that
you get
first
in?
wick, after that first wick came up, I decided to start putting in a limit order down there, and I
Okay.
believe I did get it signed on that next bar.
right here,
Right.
the breakout bar.
Yes.
And that was the volatility bottom, and then it
Right.
came down. But the wick came right back up and closed above half.
Right.
And you continued to put in the overall bottom
Right.
because the bottom was down here, but you kept holding higher over here,
Exactly, and I kept my limit order down below my entry point, and
right down in here.
right back to that green bar.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be down there. So
Right.
I was able to ride that out, and I went up, and I think I caught 700 and some pennies on both of those legs of that move. I mean,
So if you got a 700 penny move in Amazon, you got so many pennies down and you got so many pennies up.
right,
Because you were short and long, you got paid twice there in the equity. 700 pennies equals 700 or $7.
right.
You weren't trying to get a $7. Oh, is it going to go down $7 and I'll wait to get that? I'm going to buy it. It's going to go up. No, you took $7 out of Amazon and you also added the positive debit by trading the 240 call and selling in the high there. You added 3 debits to that trade and a one directional movement process. And since you've been here for 4 months, it's taken a while to get to this level, but is the level working for you?
Oh yeah, finally. It's it should have worked quicker, but but I'm coming
Not
along.
that it should have worked quicker. You were going through your daily trial entry and exits,
Right.
and then gradually and incrementally, you
Right.
started putting the limit orders, you started working the half bars, and they all just came together because you keep getting down there at that wholesale entry, which is giving you these positive results.
Yeah, it seemed like I had a tendency of stubbornly wanting to make every mistake I could before I get a breakthrough. But it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy every day of it. So, I mean, it just gets
Right.
better incrementally at the time. And it's, I don't concentrate a lot on the portfolio window, what my positive debits are, but I try just to get in at the appropriate times and get out at the appropriate time. But it's gratifying to see on a week-to-week basis, the incremental improvement, that's That's really dandy, I tell you. There's nothing like.
It's really nice to go down this much and right back up the same increment, huh?
Oh yeah,
But in just a different road trip, right?
right. And as time goes on, I can bring to bear more of what the capabilities of the platform have to offer. You know, you just can't do
Right.
it all at once. You start out like playing chopsticks, getting a couple things right, then you get maybe three things right, and then before long you're actually playing a little bit of a harmony, so to speak, with the
Right.
platform, and
Right.
it takes a little while to incorporate those skills, but boy, it's worth the effort and worth the wait. Uh,
Right, and it's worth understanding the diamond bid pops in value and the diamond drops in value, and you learned a lot about those diamonds a little bit later on. But boy, oh boy, it seems like when you started learning what those diamonds meant,
yeah, that was a breakthrough.
that's when
Yeah,
your performance started to peak.
it did. It helped a lot, and well, everything is.
Incorporated does.
Yeah, and it's more of a synergistic effect with every step of incremental learning one makes. So
Right,
I can't see the top end of it. It's wide
right.
open, and
It is.
yeah, there's no
But that's
ceiling. There's
wonderful.
no ceiling to what one can learn and benefit from. And,
That's right. I'm in agreement. All right, this is MMT Leo, who's been about 4 months into the program, and he's a market maker on Amazon, meaning that daily he's looking at the Amazon short and he's looking at the Amazon movement up, both. And he's also learning to take where the current prices are and incorporate a call option and a put option along with a call option going up and a put option going down at the same time, and learning how to do two things. One is an equity market maker, along with being a market maker in the option pit simultaneously as they feed off each other. I can say I can give an A plus on this one here, Leo.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome, sir. And this is the Amazon movement with MMT Leo's experience of taking 700 pennies out of it. Not to mention, since he's been a market maker on the equity and got on an assignment of just sticking with one and making these get left elbow gap downs. Have you traded left elbow gap down entries?
Oh yeah,
Well, and you're buying down here and you're selling back up there, aren't you?
yes.
And then getting short and on the so you've learned that price volatility and the weighted negative positive, and whether it's weighted negative, there's positive and negative, but it's the weighting between negative and positive between buyers and sellers that also help you establish entries, right?
Oh yeah. The platform points you toward where you should focus your attention and just I mean it is a kind of a fight to get that top or that bottom. It's you could guess at where it would be, but you can't relent. You have to just be doggedly persistent to.
Uh-oh, you're breaking up there. We just lost MMT Leo because he's been having trouble with the internet, but he's been making a market on Amazon, and you heard what he had to say, MMTs, and this one will be contributed to his success. Successes must be recognized because they were happening then, they're live. They were also last week during the live trades. He was participating in there. During the live tape, you can listen to Leo at that time as well.